Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Layla and for today's video I'm going to be going over my budget for October 2024. The final 3 months, the final quarter of 2024, one of my favorite times of the year. I don't like the weather side of things. I like the fall and stuff. I don't really love that we're going into the colder months, the darker evenings, that sort of thing. But I do always get super motivated around this time. I've probably said this, if you go back to my videos, in the years past around this time, I'm probably always saying this just because I'm somebody who really thrives off of goals and deadlines and looking forward to, what's coming, planning things out. So yeah, this time of year always excites me because of that. Before I get into my budget, I do want to go over my money goals for October. Now, I really only have one, and that's going to be focused on my income. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a stretch goal if you compare the last few months to what I'm about to say, and also just even the goal that I typically set. So my income goal as of lately from my business is that I've wanted to generate at least $3,500. But I've changed things up a little bit with my business, and I guess I'm expecting a larger income in October, or at least that's what I'm working toward. That's what I'm aiming toward because of these changes in my business. And I'll explain things a little bit as I go through this budget, but definitely as things happen, it will make more sense. Or even when I talk about what happened in September or what will happen in October, I'll be able to explain it once I actually see those results, So anyway, I'm going to say that my income goal for October is to make at least $5,000 from my business. Ideally, it would be more than that, but I'm going to say 5,000. I feel good about that number. I feel excited about it. And I also know that if I don't hit it, it's going to be okay. I want to hit that would be ideal. That's going to be really helpful with everything that I am paying for and I need to pay for. But I know that at the end of the day, it's at least me striving towards something. And if I don't hit it, I will be okay. So a bit of a stretch goal for me. And honestly, that would change a lot of things about my spending throughout the month. So it would really just mean more saving and that sort of thing. So I'm excited to see what's possible. And of course, I'll let y'all know how the month goes in November, which is crazy. So that's the only financial goal that I'm setting for the month. And now before we hop to my spreadsheets and I go through my budget, I do want to give a thank you to today's video partner, which is Mint Mobile. If you've been looking for ways to cut expenses, a great place to start is your phone plan by switching to Mint Mobile because they offer premium wireless for as low as $15 per month. If you're looking for a phone plan with unlimited talk and text, high quality speed, data, and coverage, as well as access to 5G, access to a mobile hotspot, you want to keep your same phone, you want to keep your same phone number, then definitely consider switching to Mint Mobile. I've been with Mint Mobile for 2 years now, and I absolutely love that I'm able to save money on my phone plan without having to sacrifice high quality speed and coverage. It's also super easy to make the switch to Mint Mobile. Visit mintmobile.com/debtoverit. That's also linked down below in my description box. From there, you'll enter in a little bit of information about yourself and where you live. You'll also be able to determine if your phone is eSIM compatible. And if your phone is eSIM compatible, you'll be able to set things up right then and there from the comfort of your home. If your phone is not eSIM compatible, Mint Mobile will ship a SIM card to your home free of charge. You'll get that in a couple of days, and then you can also set things up right from the comfort of your home. So again, if you want to save some money without the sacrifice, visit mintmobile.com/debtoverit. That's also linked down below in my description box to get premium wireless for just $15 per month with any 3-month plan. This even includes their unlimited plan, which is typically $30 per month. Thank you again to Mint Mobile for partnering with me on this video, and now let's hop to my budget. Alrighty, here we are on my spreadsheet, obviously. If you're interested in this, I have this link down in my description box. You can get it for free, even this exact layout. So if you've never watched my videos before, I am self-employed, so this top section is for the business side of things, and then the bottom part is how I'm paid as the employee and how I spend my personal money. If that doesn't make sense, I'll explain things as I go, but yeah, that template, you can get this one, but also a couple of other options for free. So starting with the business side of things, as I just went through with my goal, I do want to make at least $5,000 in gross business revenue, but for this budget, I am going to just put 3,000 because I'm pretty positive I can make a minimum of 3,000 in October based off of what things are looking like in September right now. Next is rollover business revenue. This is just money that is left in my business checking account from September, and I'm expecting that to be about $1,100. Now, I am working on getting 1 month ahead on the business side of things, and trust me, I see y'all's comments, and I know that I could like pull from my emergency fund and get ahead that way, but I'm really just working on doing that in real time, because if I absolutely need to pull from my emergency fund, I will. But the goal is basically to get this rollover business revenue number to be over 2,000, maybe about 3,000. And that's probably just going to take me a few months depending on my income. So this is a pretty high amount. I don't really love having a large chunk in any of my checking accounts, but because my income has been lower, I think that's important because yeah, I don't want to have to pull from my emergency fund. So all in all, I definitely am trying to get a month ahead with my business so that if I ever have a lower income month, I can have that money to pull from, and then I have like a set amount that I am budgeting with on a monthly basis. And ideally that would be like $4,000 or so. So yeah, we'll see what that looks like, but as of right now, this is pretty good. So now for the expenses on the business side. First up would be payroll. That's what I pay myself as the employee. That will be $2,000 still. Then we have my 401k match, which did start in September, and that's $80. So as the employee, I put in $50 per paycheck, and then I am matching $40 per paycheck as the employer. Next up would be payroll taxes. That should be about $153. Then we have distribution. This is just when you transfer money from your business checking account to your personal checking account, and you can use that money as you need to. Now, for October, I don't think I'll do anything unless I have, if I do hit that 5,000 income, I may have a distribution, like I may transfer money, but for now I'm keeping it at 0 because if I want to get to that 1 month ahead number, I just need to leave the money there. So putting that at 0 for now, we'll see what ends up happening. Next would be business expenses, like actual business expenses, and this is pretty high for the month, $1,850. Now, the big chunk here, and I'll probably talk about this more in my September finance update video, which will be up next week, but in September, I decided to invest in a coach, a specific coach related to my business. And this is something that I feel like it's just something I've been thinking about for some time, and also something I feel is necessary for me because I kind of needed some hand holding and some guidance. And I feel proud that I did this because it's something that I've always been afraid of, or, you know, it's like I'm a finance coach, I'm a finance person. I don't want to spend a few thousand to pay somebody to, you know, it's all on the internet and I can do this myself. I have the knowledge, etc. And yes, that's true, but sometimes you need some guidance and accountability, just like what I offer with my coaching. So it's like if I'm a coach and I want people to come to me as, you know, to hold them accountable with their finances and to guide them with their finances, I know that right now I need help with my business and it's something I am willing to invest in. So that's what I started in September. I am making just 2 payments and having a few one-on-one sessions with somebody. And that's kind of the reason why I'm like, hey, I think my income is going to increase because I'm just changing things with my business and going to be charging a lot more for coaching. I'll be fully transparent with that. I'm still working with my month-to-month clients, so if any of y'all are watching this and you're like, what? It's still going to be the same price for y'all. But as of right now and kind of going forward, I am looking to work with less people, but for more money because I have kind of improved with everything that I'm doing and am offering more with this program. So maybe I'll talk about it more at some point, but that's basically the gist of it, and that's why this is so much higher than it typically is for expenses, because I'm paying for a coach and I'm actually really excited about it. And it's already paid off because I've just been working so much more and way more motivated and excited about everything. So I think it will absolutely be worth it. But anyway, that is that. This should be a little bit under $1,850, but I just kind of rounded the numbers up. And then final thing here would be insurance, and this is health insurance as well as dental, and that's $99.28 after my tax credit. I have a whole video about this health insurance through healthcare.gov. I will link that down below. Obviously, if we subtract my expenses from the revenue that I'm expecting in the rollover money. This is a negative number, but I'm not too concerned about that just because everything always works out, and also this might be high, like the income might be higher, so not too concerned. So let's go ahead and scroll down to the personal side of my spending. So first, my paychecks, that will be $2,000, and then my distribution is $0. I will make extra income. I think I'm going to get paid out an account bonus. I thought it would be in September. It might still be in September, but it might be October, so that would be at least $450 plus all my other credit card cash back. I may pull from my sinking funds if absolutely necessary, because I'll go through all my numbers and you'll see like, oh, hey, you'll probably have to pull from your emergency fund, because $2,000 is obvious. $2,000 is not enough for me to live off of. But that's all I put on here for now. So if I have to pull from my emergency fund because I didn't make this larger amount of income that I'm hoping to make, then that's what it'll be, you know? So then for my expenses, first thing here, taxes. $350.18, that is just what I pay on my paychecks. If I do make more income, that will be higher. Then we have investing. So first is my 401k. Like I said, I do 50 per paycheck, so expecting 100 for October. And then brokerage, I am budgeting $0. Blue section are for my sinking funds. First up is the emergency fund, and I'm just budgeting 50 if I'm not able to, or if I have to pull from my emergency fund, I won't put anything to it. Then we have my gift sinking fund. I'm budgeting $0 because I'll probably purchase gifts in October. It's my sister's birthday. And then car/car maintenance sinking fund, I'm hoping to put 100 to that. And then non-negotiable is my car insurance sinking funds, and I have to put 125 to that. Next up is donate. I'm budgeting $0. Actually, I do still have my foster dog, and if I still have her, I'm probably not going to be donating because she is costing me just quite a bit for her food, her supplements that I prefer to buy her, and then for October it's going to be a little bit different, which I'll talk about. Purple section is for housing, so first would be house/utilities, $1,135. This includes the mortgage plus all of our utilities. This is including even the HOA, Wi-Fi, yeah, all the basics. And then actual household purchases, I'm budgeting 50. This is like toilet paper towels, cleaner, that sort of thing. I know that we need a filter for our fridge, so that's basically what I think that's all I'll be buying in October, but we'll see. Orange section is for food, so first up would be groceries. I am budgeting 400. I bumped this up because my boyfriend and I are actually going to be in Florida for 3 weeks. This is something we booked a few months ago, actually, and yeah, we'll be in Florida the first 3 weeks of October. This is something I've been wanting to do for such a long time, like just go to Florida for 3 weeks or a month, and a month was like a little bit too expensive. Also, we wanted to do this earlier in the year, but during the summer months, it's very expensive to stay there, and October was kind of the sweet point. Like, it's still nice and warm. You can still get into the water in Florida, but the prices are much lower, and obviously there's going to be less tourists. So pretty excited about that, but groceries in Florida are more expensive. Plus, I'm probably going to buy more than I typically do, like just little snacks for like the beach, or, you know, I just feel like it's going to be more. But all in all, this isn't really like a vacation. Like, we're still going to be working. I'm going to be doing my coaching. I'm not like blocking my calendar or anything. It's just going to be working from Florida, which is really nice. So still going to be meal prepping and kind of just sticking to what I typically eat. And then same with food out. I bumped this up to 150. Now that seems a little bit high. Definitely for me, that's high, but I think I'll probably, I know that I want to go out to eat a few times here and there, like get some ice cream or get some acai bowls. Like, that just sounds really exciting. But also, as far as this trip goes, for the Airbnb, my boyfriend paid for the whole thing, which is really nice. I'm not paying for any of it. So I know that if there's any like food out and like gas, I'm gonna pay for that, or he might help me out somewhat. But since he paid for the whole Airbnb, I was like, okay, I would prefer to pay for if we go out to eat or if we get gas. But for the most part, we'll be eating, like making our usual meals and cooking from home. And then, like I said, I'll be paying for gas. So what I'm budgeting there is $125. I know going to Florida, I'll have to get gas. So that's going to be in September, actually. And then coming back is usually, I'll probably have to get gas there at one point, and then coming back for sure have to get gas. And that should be it. Maybe when I come back home, I'll have to get it just for driving in Georgia, you know? Next is health slash beauty, budgeting $200 here. And I have good news with this, actually. So I thought I would have to be paying about $242 for my medication every month, because that's what I had to pay it was like for July. I didn't pay it until, or was that for August? I don't know. I recently got a bill for $242 and some change to pay for my medication, which I have to get every single month. I have Crohn's disease. It's a very expensive drug, and it's just annoying and frustrating. But I changed things around. It was kind of a headache, and I had to make a lot of phone calls. But I changed things around, and I was able to get everything covered. So I did get my prescription filled. I have a $0 copay because there's like a savings card that you get with these expensive medications. I'm not going to go into detail. It's kind of confusing and pointless for this story. But basically, instead of me having to pay the $242 each month, I don't have to pay anything. So that was a huge relief, because I was like, all right, it is what it is. I'm going to have to pay that for the rest of the year. It's going to be, $1,000-something, and I'll just do it. But very excited. Such a relief that it's going to be $0. Next up would be dogs plus cat. So this includes the dogs that I have with my sister, but they live with her. We have 2 dogs together. And then my foster dog, as well as the cat that I feed in the neighborhood. He has an owner somewhere, but I feed him because he sits outside my house, It's my fault. But anyways, altogether, I'm expecting about $400. So because I have Honey, my foster dog, obviously I need to have her be watched by somebody. My sister has our 2 dogs, but also 2 foster dogs of her own. So she has a full house, but Honey is also going to be going there. So there's going to be 5 dogs. When we went to Wyoming, that was the situation too. Like, she watched Honey, and Honey did fine. When we booked this trip to Florida, I did not expect to have a foster dog. Like, that was not in the plans whatsoever. So obviously, had I known that I was gonna get Honey, I would not have booked this trip to Florida. There's actually a couple of things that, like, had I known this would have happened, we would not have booked this trip to Florida, because a few things have happened over the last few weeks that are like, oh, but it's fine. Because of that, I am paying my sister a little bit extra. Actually, like $120 extra probably is what I'm thinking. And then I'll probably need to buy some more food when I come back for Honey. I have no clue. It's just going up here because I think I'll be paying more. She is not asking for me to pay her more, but since she's going to have 5 dogs with her and 3 weeks is a really long time, that's really not that much more money. So that's why that is higher. Next up is Netflix. That is $23.48. Gym is $39.99. I think this will still be $39.99, but since we're in Florida for 3 weeks, I might pay for, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out the gym situation. I don't want to, I definitely will be working out regularly while we're there, but still trying to figure that out. Finding gyms that have like free passes and stuff like that, but if I have to pay at all, I will pay. Just because working out is important to me, and I do prefer to do it in a gym environment. So we'll see what that looks like, but I'm going to keep it as is for now. Next is personal spending. I'm just budgeting $50. Then gifts, I'm budgeting $100. Like I said, my sister's birthday is in October. And then final thing here is laundry, and I'm budgeting $15 because our Airbnb, I think there's a laundry unit in the whole condo, but you have to pay. So since we're there for 3 weeks, I'm assuming I'll do at least a load of laundry. I don't know how much it costs, or maybe a couple of loads of laundry, because that's a long time. I don't really know what to expect, like how much that's going to cost, but at least I know that it has a credit card that you can swipe your credit card to pay for the laundry. It doesn't have to be coins. So that's good news, and I don't know what that price is going to be exactly. But yes, same thing here, but much more dramatic. If you subtract my expenses from my income, which is just the $2,000 that I put up here, then obviously I am quite in the negative $1,414. This is not typically how I budget or how I recommend people to budget, but because I have a few things that are just unknown, that's just what things are looking like right now. And if I, like I said at the beginning, if I absolutely have to, I will pull from my emergency fund. That is fine. Not ideal, but that is what I will do. But if I can make more than $3,000 in October, I will give myself a distribution, be able to pay for things that way. I also am not accounting for any extra income, and I know I'll have some extra income, actually from a couple of things. So I think a credit card, the account bonus, and then all my credit card cash back in general. Potentially some referrals. So this will be higher than $2,000 for sure, but I didn't want to put anything there. It will all work out. I know it will. It always does. So I feel confident in that. And honestly, looking at this, I just feel excited for October is what I'm getting at. This doesn't bother me. This doesn't stress me out. I just feel ever since I started working with this guy, this coach, I feel so much better about things and just kind of confident and trusting this process. That self-doubt, it's still there a little bit, for sure. I think it will always be there, but I feel like it's definitely decreased. That is what my October is looking like. That's what my budget's looking like for the month. I'm very excited also about the content that I'll be putting out in October. If you want anything specific, let me know, but for the most part, I have everything planned out. Not too sure about the podcast. I don't have people signed up right now. I have one in queue, but after that, kind of slow on things. So if you're interested, feel free to apply. Otherwise, that might slow down or go away, and I'll follow up with the people that I've already checked in with. But that's kind of what I expected after I first started and put that out there. I was like, oh, this might not work. It might not be an every single week thing. And also, if you're interested in seeing my life down in Florida for the 3 weeks that we're there, definitely check out my other channel. It's called Living Like Layla, and I post vlogs on a weekly basis. So if you want to kind of see the personal side of my life, you can see that there. And so in October, I'll probably post more because I'll be in Florida and it will be more fun than things are here in Georgia. But that's it for me. I hope y'all have an amazing month and an amazing final quarter of 2024. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one.